Just wanted to make a quick video on this B200R Coleman Mini Bike, which is basically the RT200. I think it's basically the same frame as the Moto 212. I'm not sure about that though. So I did some more modifications here and ended up coming up with a way to mount a chain tensioner device. So the way this thing works is I had to replace the bolt that came from Go Power Sports, the pivot bolt for the swing arm. Ended up using some 1/2-inch zinc plated rod, and just use these 1/2-inch lock collars or lock rings. And so the way this works is the tension comes off up here like that. So you can see the chain's not that loose right now, but there's a brand new chain, so it's gonna stretch a little bit. And I don't know if you guys can get a better picture here how that works in there. But so this guy is gonna come up and it just clips back over onto that. And as you can see, that's kind of the tensioner working. So far, it seems like it's working pretty. I don't have a lot of tension on that. You don't need a lot of tension. You probably don't want a lot of tension, but because when you install one of these swing arms, you throw the rear wheel back about 3 inches or so. So it lengthens your chain quite a bit. So I just wanted to try a chain tensioner on here, see if that takes up some of that slack. So I got the muffler off so I could show you guys what I did here with this, how this kind of works. So you do have to bend this piece here. You do have to kind of bend it to what you need. I had to bend it over that way towards the chain. So you kind of got to modify those as you need to. The other thing is I'm going to try a juggernaut on this, see if I can get rid of some of that clanking sound that the stock drive pulley makes. The other thing I wanted to point out is on this particular model bike, the B200R Coleman, I could not use the brackets supplied by Go Power Sports. They did not work on this particular bike. So I ended up making my own out of some 1/4-inch plate steel and just welding them on. So I did use the stock brackets up here for the shock mount. But actually, if I do another one, I'm probably just going to end up welding those on too. What else? The other thing I wanted to show you guys is over here, I came up with a way to get the air filter out of the way. So I found this 38 millimeter or 1.5 ID silicone hose. I think it's meant for hooking up turbines to vehicles, but so this is a 135-degree angle. It looked like this on both sides, but I ended up cutting it here, so it's just stubbing out. Give you a down picture of that. So it doesn't stick out as far as when you mount your air filter on the end of that carburetor. But what it does do is it gets it right up under that seat and kind of protects it from the elements if you're out in the rain. And also, I dumped this bike in the field last week and ended up packing mud inside those filters. And I had to take it off and literally had to wash the thing to get the mud out of there. So this time, if you spill the bike on the side, this thing's going to flex out of your way, you know. So I thought, I don't know if that's restricting my airflow any a little bit. I have a feeling it is, but I don't think it's hurting the performance too much. So the other thing you got to do when you install one of these swing arm kits, the other thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to put a new brake cable on. You're gonna want to go with a 70-inch brake cable. This brake cable is pretty nice. It's got the braided wire to protect it from abrasion against the tire or against the shock. I think that's about it, guys. I just wanted to show you those little pieces of upgrades here, and I'll try to keep you posted if I do anything else to this bike. This bike's almost done. The only thing I got left is when I installed that aluminum flywheel, we lost any power to our light. So up above here, I mounted you see that in there, I mounted a It's a Makita battery adapter. And I haven't hooked it up yet, as you can see. But unfortunately, the Makita is sending 18 volts, and those light bulbs up here are only 12 volts. So I got to come up with a step down or a resistor to reduce that down, drop that 18 volt down to 12 volts so you don't burn out your light bulbs. So, but that's going to be pretty neat. There'll be able to mount a battery up there under the seat and still be able to power our lights on these things. So, all right, I think that's about it. Thanks.